Good evening, good late afternoon, wherever you are residing from and watching from today. I'm Dustin Owens, the co-coordinator for the K12 Esports League, along with Robin Menegdag, back for a week three Fortnite. Unfortunately, last week we were having some technical difficulties, couldn't get in, but we're happy to be back, aren't we? Aren't we, Robbie?
Oh, absolutely. And you beat me to it. I was going to apologize for last week. Sometimes things happen. We did miss the varsity stream for Fortnite last week, but the good thing is not only are we streaming Fortnite, we're streaming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as well. So a lot of action there for any of our fans and players to watch always, right? But today, back at it with Fortnite as usual. Uh, I think gameplay is just about ready. So whenever we're ready, Dustin, send it over there. But I'm going to get through our disclaimers really quickly. Number one, we are a high school esports league, meaning are running a million things at the current moment, always. So if we do happen to go silent for any given stretch of time, we will be back. At least the gameplay is there for you. And finally, we are on a 3 minute delay. So yeah, just be aware of that one there. But we are into it here today, which is so hyped, so glad to be back, as we already mentioned, and not wait to watch some Varsity Fortnite here tonight.
Absolutely. And we actually are going to come in on some action on War Shards, taking out Era right away, actually, on this mountain to try to fight for some of that first set of loot. And I'm trying to work on getting our hut up. There we go. Well, we've at least got that much. Where is... Looks like MGT is taking out Blind Strike there. Just trying to get it to where we can see the actual...
Um, Gameplay instead of replay on that
Yeah, I
setting
was trying to reset and see if we
or
could get
broadcast.
the
Yeah. Oh,
because
okay.
we have the stuff up for each of the players, but it looks like we're having just a little trouble getting the team piece right down here. So
With the teammates.
yeah.
Yeah. No worries. Take your time. Scroll through those settings one more time. Let's just see
Hmm.
see if there's something that we can figure out, as there is a lot of action going on in the beginning of the game here, as Warstars will be taking some shots down into Lesage James from the OOS Yeti squad. But with all that being said, we're gonna rock with what we got for this time. Again, Varsity Fortnite K12 Esports League. This is lobby number 1 of 2 for tonight. We actually already have 2 squads fully down as well. 66 players. Make 66 players alive. Make that 20 squads total, as we will see Striker in the elimination feed taking out Nada Believa. Looking at the mini map though, there's a lot of teams top right, very evenly spread. Not too many teams in the middle of the map though, from what we're seeing here.
We are going to see Airmail Raptor though come in on Zany Goat. So this team that we were first spectating coming in on this K12 PEA team, going to try to take some shots just across the way, and is actually going to continue pushing as one of the K12 PEA teammates goes pretty low. Warshard's taking some different shots. Striker is going to go down. And it looks like Hydro Falcon's going to at least get out of sight for the moment, but I think they have a good feeling as to where he is.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this Idaho team starting off hot in this game number 1. They got a total of 5 eliminations already, which is not too shabby, not too shabby at all.
Yeah, not shabby at all. Let's see if we can come up on one of these, couple of these teams over here, possibly fighting at Painted Palms. If it'll let me switch over there. Just go like this. Coming on board with Annihilate, Lath, Sebi, and I don't know how to say that. F Freak. We'll just say Freak.
On
That'll work.
88. Or 88 works too,
88
right?
works.
This is one of our Kaba teams. I believe this is the Kaba 2 team here. Twitch chat though, let me know. Wait, pull up the map really quick, Dustin.
Sure.
Lethal Labs in the very middle of the map. That POI. Chat, let me know. Is that just not a good spot for loot or anything along those lines? Nobody landed there, which is very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, honestly could be a couple of different things. I feel like there's like a lot of different windows and stuff in that area, so it's kind of open in some ways. Um, but it always seems to be like one of those places where everybody kind of ends up at some point. So I always feel like there's fights going
Mm,
on there. Oh, and look at that!
I see, I see.
I kind of didn't even realize that our little team thing came up after a little while. So it's
Yep. It was
we're good to go
delayed.
now. Yeah, like everything else has
Yeah.
been, but that's okay. And so
Yeah.
on board with I'm DeWallers, Game of Boy Nola, Cavern, Lyric Essence, right here, kind of near a team though. Looks like Game Boy Nola and Essence taking some shots, getting down Dagger. Koi taking a little bit of damage in shield, but Sergio over here on the left trying to provide some different shots as well against this team.
Yeah, and this Lobka squad, with Nola, Cavern, Walrus, and Lyric Essence are also on fire to start this game. 4 eliminations. They did get a full squad wipe already. Really great shots from Nola going down onto Koi there from one of our K12 Private Esports Alliance teams. And it looks like after that damage goes down, they are going full aggro. Nola on a quick rotation. We will see Sergio also use the glider to get out of there, but Koi very, very low. Sergio may be the lone player up for this K12 PA squad here in just a moment.
Yeah, and it looks like Koi is going to go down. Sergio, I believe, just trying to rotate out of there. Good call to be able to try to keep the team alive and, or at least get them back alive potentially with the reboots and everything. But
Unfortunately, they are in the
oh,
mix, though, as we will see
yeah,
Sergio go down to this Kava 2 team, who is now also going to be in a fight with that Lavka team. So a lot of action going on here as the zone is closing for the second time here, and we will be on to the third one in about a minute. So Annihilate doing what they can, getting some nice builds down. Sebi trying to get some shots onto Cavern deep there, but Cavern is actually pretty safe at the moment. Just trying to do that long range damage, which is the same thing that Sebi is trying to do right now. It's basically like a 3v3v1v1 kind of at the day between these two squads, with Sebi far away and Cavern far away from their teams. Sebi actually opting to get out of their build and go to this drop that is coming in. That's at least what it looks like here. 88 will take some damage on their way out, but they are opting to play and build around this drop that's coming, and hopefully they get something good out of it, make the time that they're doing this worth it.
yeah, for sure. I know they usually can provide decent loot, but obviously, everything's random. So, but at least they're going to be able to get a few things that is going to help them out a little bit in terms of getting shielded back up and ready for these upcoming fights. But let's come over here to the Wawa team. Looks like they're currently in the midst of a couple different fights here.
Ooh.
Exo's getting a really good shot there on Blown and is going to take Blown down.
Yeah, I mean, Blown also hit a really nice shot onto Exos as well, though. So that was a good trade, but Exos being able to get the upper hand there at the end. Roshkin, sorry, down to 105 total. Gonna hit those mini pops. Gonna be feeling much better. Rock's at 200 HP between the shield and the HP. Feeling really, really good here. Taking some shots onto I believe that was Stern. Those were hard to hit. We did not see them hit any, which is a-okay. Marvel's Tokyo taking very low, great shots there coming out of Rocks. And I think that they are going to pounce onto Tokyo here. So this is a kind of extended and now staggered fight between WABA and NCBA.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame Rocks for trying to get down here, especially with Marvels being a little bit on his own at the moment. and having that lower health, he's not having the time to be able to get healed up, and unfortunately we are going to see him go down there. But kudos to this Wava team for continuing their assault throughout this map and everything. Let's see if I can get a different perspective here. Getting on just Juice World with Batman and Civity here. Kind of on top of this knoll. Having another team just across the way, but it looks like they might be to the back of them, so maybe not quite pursuing anything this go around.
Yeah, and in typical Fortnite fashion, right, we see a lot of action right out the gate off of those landings, and then we slow down just a little bit. There are 51 players still up at this moment in time. Zone is getting smaller. We're going to see these teams have to rotate into each other very, very, very soon here. On board with Zamari, Glitter, Leaf, and Lolo. One elimination together as a squad. Pretty looted up as well, and I love to see that everybody's at 200 as well. Nothing feels better than that.
For sure, they do spot this other team just across the way, but I don't know that they're going to take the time to quite initiate at the moment. And I was trying to see if I could find which team this was actually right off, because I don't fully recognize the names.
I want to say this is Cask, but I also am not 100% right out the gate.
For sure. No worries, though. Let's see who else we can find within all this mix. Okay, so we are going to get back on with Striker. They, Zany Goat and them, they were able to get Striker back up. Looks like they've got a decent amount of loot and everything with the movement and the heals. Everybody's looking pretty good to take on any future
Absolutely,
fights.
and real quick for this squad, I do want to shout out both Striker and Hydra Falcon, and I believe Aiden Tube as well. I may be misspeaking on Aiden Tube, but shout out for sure to Striker and Hydra Falcon. They are double varsity players here for us at K12 Esports League. Not only are they very good at Fortnite, but they are extremely good at Valorant as well, and we see them do their thing on Monday nights too. On board now though with the Kava 1 squad, who usually we frown on name changes, but Fishy, Yoshi, Gummy, very easy for us to follow now. Thank you for those ones. And then we also have Coyota as well, but slow start here for this Kava 1 squad. One elimination. They are very healthy though, getting all their mats. They're getting ready for the rotation here, Dustin.
For sure, and I actually I wanted to come over here not just because they hadn't been on the camera just yet, but also you made that comment about Lethal Labs, and we are kind of to that point where people are starting to move into this position. Obviously, Kava having this position already, but with two squads just in the vicinity, and they are actually coming up on this K12 PEA team with Striker and Hydra Falcon. Probably going to have to fight their way in as this storm is moving, unless we start to see K12 PEA start to shift.
And they are sandwiched as well. I believe that's the Lavaga team that is behind them, based on the color of the arrows from the minimap. So interesting spot here for this Kava team. The lucky thing for them is who I believe is the Lavaga team that is behind them. They do not like to play very aggressive out the gate usually, so they should be okay for the moment. And it looks like they are, as they are going to pull up on this fight and try and third party as much as they can on that one. But going toward the hill over there, opting for positioning, as Kava always does.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got some different fights going on up here on this side of this mountain as well. So got some teams down here at the bottom trying to work their way in. We're going to start seeing some shots being taken. I believe it's War Shards and them that is up there on that mountain, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, I was mistaken. Yep. Color of the arrows got me there.
Oh, it's all good. And we are going to see quite a few people. Marvel's Tokyo going down, blown really low.
I got also dropped. This NCVA team just trying to stay alive. We got Stern trying to rotate out. Difficult rotation here. They will get hit at least one more time, but it looks like they will land underneath this bridge and be safe for the moment, which is huge for that team. And look at how Small Circle is about to get. This rotation battle is going to be crazy. We have 11 squads still up total, 32 players left. And action is going to get crazy here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and it looks like K12 PEA, this team anyway, had a little bit of an advantage right off with these teams coming in to this circle. They were already they were already able to get posted and set with some of their builds and everything to keep away from the storm and to be able to apply pressure for those teams coming in. We do hear a reboot van going off though, and I believe it's War Shards and them. Yeah, was able to get the reboot off. Probably start to see some of those players get shot at as they come down. Koi, it's Kai, Sergio, currently really low at the moment. Trying to, yeah, have some teams over here too. Battle Sis, Def, and Lilo and Stitch. Everybody's a little bit low at the moment. I know he's the one med kit. Gonna try to survive. Coming in and is gonna get knocked by Koi.
Oh no. And this is our Arva team who will get taken down eventually there. They were so low, the zone really pushed them in, and there was nothing that they could do there. But shout out to them making it to 11th place here in this lobby number 1 today. Koi and Sergio, the lone 2 players up for this K12 PA team, but before we switched over, looking at their eliminations, 4 and 5 respectively for them. So on fire are those 2 players for K12 PEA, but now on board with our Lavka team, who have a huge rotation ahead of them. They are on the far right side of the circle, and they have to rotate all the way to the left. Luckily, they do have this rotation item. Dustin, remind me what it's called.
I usually call it the squirrel suit, just for easy. But it's,
squirrel suit.
But that was the easiest one. They did take shockwaves out, so it's literally only this and the launch pad for movement. So
Yep.
it's they're limited on what they can do for sure. Definitely makes it a little bit harder to be able to rotate in. But yeah, you see all these teams. Obviously, Lavka currently set up on this side, but with the height advantage, I think I caught that name just a little bit. I think it was Annihilate, if I'm not mistaken. Taking some shots here from Blown, keeping the builds.
And it
though.
looks like the NCVA team was able to get a few up. Stern able to get Blown back up, at least Blown, which is again huge for them. We are down to a very small circle. All those teams successfully did rotate out. 9 up, 25 players left, and again having to make a huge rotation in the next 5 seconds. Are all of our teams still here today? In the elimination feed, I am seeing Wava start to go crazy. With Bat Bear getting another one down. Looks like Kava will be able to single out Blown there and fully take them out. The rotation is on. Who can make it to the safe zone and get positioning before the rest of the teams? That will say a lot to who will come out on top in this game number 1. Only 7 squads still up.
For sure,
and
we
it looks like Wava is on top of it. Yeah, look at this.
Oh yeah, they've got this rotation at the moment. They're really paying attention, coming into the circle, getting in their heels at the moment while they can, and now they're going to start applying this pressure. Koi against Koi and K12 PEA here, having Annihilate and Sevi right next to them too. We see those fancy builds coming over, trying to get in position for any fights that may ensue. Kava currently down though a little bit. Gummy and I believe it was Fishy there.
Somehow, some way, Rox goes from the low ground and has successfully claimed the high ground in this very small circle here over the rest of our teams today. That is absolutely nuts. 6 squads up, 11 players left, a lot of solos and duos running around with a full Wava squad. They are primed and prepped, especially with this high ground, to take this game number 1 once again here in week number 3 of the K12 Esports League Varsity Fortnite. Roshkin went in a fight against Sebi. Seppi will drop.
Ooh.
Take some damage from Roshkin, and Roshkin will finish that one out. Good play by them.
Yeah, and I will say the one thing you don't want
Two
is a full Wava squad. right, right here at the very end.
100% in Subject Rex. Yeah, Subject Rex in a fight against the world right there. We will see Wava 1 take game number 1 here tonight, again in week number 3 of the K12 Esports League regular season. Batbear with 10, Exos with 7, Exos with 9, Roxane with 7, and Roshkin with 2. Wava on fire this week.
Absolutely. Well, that was a very, very cool first matchup. I can't wait to see what is going to be going into the second round. But with that being said, give us a few minutes. We'll be back momentarily to get these players in and get you back into the action. All right, welcome back to round 2 of this Varsity Week 3 Fortnite matchup. We are on board now with Empowered, landing over here at Humble Hills, and it looks like there actually is a couple of different teams landing right in this vicinity, so be curious to see what happens. But oh, and
Yeah, and
Empowered.
it looks like Empowered gonna get hopped on right away and did already lose 2 of their teammates as well. So Pollo, last player up for this team, and already found out as well, down to 67 HP. Does have the little launch pad, will be able to rotate out. Unfortunately, they are rotating really close to that player in purple there as well. I think they're gonna be safe for the moment, which is good.
Yeah, hopefully they can get their bearings back on them and maybe find one of those Maurice boot spots where it's a little bit further out of the way, so that way they can get looted up well and be able to continue up in this matchup and everything. But down here at Riptides, we have Blackhaven Jr., Tragic, Subject, and Electro. Looks like they're getting looted up. No contest at the moment, just right outside the storm circle. So they're going to have Riptides pretty much all to themselves for this loot up. And over here at Latte Landing, looks like we do have one of the Viva teams that is over here next to Lathe and all of them as well. Jackrabbit looks like they're going to try to rotate out a little bit. I think Matt is currently down. But also coming in on Lathe and them is Airmail Raptor, Puppy Pug, Warshards. Going to try to take some shots. Not going to find anything there just because of the distance and the flying and this, that, and the other. But always Dan getting some shots taken at from Puppy Pug. Good shot there by Puppy Pug. And I think that's another team. Yeah, it's another team coming in. Loganson's going to go down. Warshards.
Yeah, coming in on the third party here, it looks like it is the Kava 2 team able to take down one of those players. So it'll be Kava 2 versus Idaho here, unless Idaho decides to disengage, which it looks like they're thinking about, but we'll see what they actually decide to go ahead and do here. You know, OX on the bottom there is still alive, just hanging out. I don't think anybody knows that they are there. Really good shots coming out of Dizzy as well. Onto that team. Gonna get some damage in. Lathe actually really low, all things considered here. Freak popping out their head will not get it tapped, as Dizzy does miss a few shots, but Sebi also trying to do the same thing. Somehow, no shots have connected from either team thus far. Those are hard head glitches to hit, that is for sure.
Yeah, and Zafi is with this other Kava team. They're just happen to be separated from Lathe and Sebi and them. But Dizzy taking some decent shots onto Sebi, but they're not going to be able to do it enough, at least, to be able to get them down. Going to take some shots at Zafi too, getting some of that shield down. But again, not anything enough to really take anybody down right off.
Yeah, Zophie, the lone player, will get a nice shot onto them by Dizzy. 35 HP gone, just like that, or shield, excuse me. And it looks like these 3 Idaho players playing very, very well together. Communication is on point. All 3 of them moving as one to try and get this reboot off. I was gonna say try and go and collapse on the Zophie, but instead Puppy Pug will be trying to get Airmail Raptor back into this one, which as always is a good play. You want a full squad of 4 for as long as you can have. And as we look at, oh my gosh, good shots again coming out of Dizzy. onto, once again, both Lathe and Zophai. To
It's
Dizzy, hitting
it,
really good shots.
it's crazy, hitting these good shots on the two players, but unfortunately, still not being able to finish them quite off. I think they're just trying to make sure that that teammate coming down is going to be safe because that team was probably going to be gunning for him on the way down too. But Zoffy and Lath able to at least get their med back up. Still working on their shield at the moment. I think Lath has some, but Zoffy currently just without. Oh, and we just saw the bit of
Yeah, we
toss
just saw him
over.
pass him over.
Trying
Yeah,
to
and what
look
a
out.
stalemate this fight has been, man. Honestly, right? Like, just a lot of finding head glitches, trying to get shots in, trying to get damage down, but it has been a full stalemate. I'm really interested to know, bottom right, who that light blue team is stuck in the storm.
Looks like
Ice, Sergio,
yeah.
Zany, and Koi, K12 PEA. They are deep in the storm. Now, it's not too bad because it is a one tick, but I'll be interested to know how healthy they are once the rotation actually finishes, because those two players actually have not even started moving quite yet. And, unfortunately for this squad as well, they're going to be running into where there is 1, 2, 3, 4 other squads currently in fights. We got Unknown Raven, Star Wars, Umbreon Scythe, and SF from the OHVA team with 3 eliminations on SF. So shout out SF, going crazy already started this game.
Yeah, and we see Glitchy Shark. He was kind of running out from up on the hill. This from the IQ LA squad down to Glitchy Sharky. What it looks like at the moment. Oh, some shots coming in on Unknown Raven. Believe from this Lavka squad over just across the way. Lyric Essence currently down. Gaming Bonola going to try to revive them, but is not going to be able to because of this push. Gaming Bonola currently
Wow.
in this duel.
And I mean, Gaming Boy Nola's edits right there were so good to just stay alive and actually rotate out now. Unfortunately, unable to find any opportunities to get some shots in. So it looks like Nola will
Ooh.
be able to make it out of here as Walrus will drop as well. So Nola, lone player up for this Lavka team. And real quick, Lavka, I'm waiting for those Goku skins. This is not Stride Robbie telling you guys to go get Goku skins, but shout out Goku. Um, but again, Nola will be able to make it out. He'll be able to pop this big pot, and hopefully we can see them also get some of their reboot cards in and bring back some of their teammates. But now on board with Kava, who starting this game off faster than their last game, 3 eliminations as a squad thus far, and they are in a fight here against the OOS Yetis, Mander and Seiji, who are a set of 2 this game, unfortunately. But shout out again to Seiji, 2 eliminations for themselves to start this one out. They are in a bit of a tough one, though, coming up against this Kava 1 squad.
Yeah, but kudos to them. I mean, obviously, fighting as a duo or fighting as a squad can be hard enough, but fighting two people down, takes a lot of strategy and making sure that they're not engaging too much, but engaging enough to be able to get some of those eliminations. So I feel like they're kind of doing the right thing right now. Kava having that split up, not engaging too hard, but enough to see if they can get any picks. But it actually does look like they're going to try to go in on the one that they was able to weaken. But unfortunately, Mander having the 2 Kava team members there, not going to be enough. So Labubu Seiji currently in on their own at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, Seiji, you gotta stop with the name changes so much, man. And real quick though, I wanted to shout out the name that we're seeing for the first time here. I think in the K12 Esports League Varsity Fortnite lobbies, Kava Rory coming in for the Kava squad for Toyota on this one. We'll get a great shot onto James. I'm sorry, Seiji, but Seiji able to get a better shot in. Seiji taking down most of their shield though, so Rory trying to make that solo play, unfortunately does not work out. Did get a good damage though, and Seiji again starting this one off with 3 as a squad of 2. Needs to try and get these mini pots off before they're jumped on. Will not be able to. Down to 3 HP. Seiji is done in this one. Mander also taken out at some point during that fight as well. So the OOS Yeti squad going out at 14th in this one. But now on board with Drip, Tuna, MGT, and Lego Master from Tiva. 6 eliminations as a squad. They do have quite a bit of rotation coming up uh, for themselves as well. Looks like the zone is pretty far away from them. I think that they know that that team was behind them, and will opt to all just use this squirrel suit to rotate out. Unfortunately for them, they are rotating into 1, 2, 3 squads.
And I always like seeing the Tiva team on here because I always feel like they constantly go with the matching skins. It's funny because I think we've definitely seen some cool. I'm gonna say cool gameplay. From them. It's not always just about run and elim. It's about having the fun in the process. So kudos to them for having a little bit of extra fun and showing some team spirit.
Absolutely. Oh man, zone pulls far left this game. I mean, half the zone is in the water as well, so it's going to be very interesting here for our 13 squads that are still up on board now with Zophai, Lathe, Freak, and Sebi, who we saw much earlier this game. In this area, they didn't have to move too much, and it kind of shows in their loot as well. Zophie with a lot of heals, but no shield. And if we look at the rest of their teammates, there's not a whole lot of shield to go around either. They are still in this extended fight, basically about the whole game long against this Idaho squad. It is Warshards and Puppy Pug. Oh, and Dizzy's still up as well, going up against this team here. Good shots going down onto Warshards.
Oh,
Lathe will go down Puppy Pug with the lasers right there.
Yeah, and at first I thought it was a pretty good strategy coming in, but look at that with Zophie being able to come in and get Airmail Raptor. Still trying to get out of this with only 19 health at the moment.
Yeah, and this fight is for lack of a better word, a true scrapper right now, as they're kind of going blow for blow, teammate for teammate at the moment. Looks like Kava's down to 2. I believe that Idaho is down to 3. So kind of just trading back and forth. It does look like Idaho will come out on top of this one, and they are pushing the aggression as well. They're trying to see if they can get these last 2 players, as there is a little bit of rotation for both these teams that does need to come in here at the current moment to get to the next safe zone. Sebi will use a squirrel suit along with Lathe. Good team communication here. They will be rotating together. Sebi taking quite a lot of damage, will lose all of their shield, but the rotation will end up being safe for the moment.
Well, and they're actually coming right over in here with one of the K12 PEA as well as the Wava team, which is in full strength at the moment. So yeah,
full strength at the moment.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting, Dustin. Sorry there to cut you off, but again, looking at this Wava 1 team's eliminations, Exos with 5, Roxane with 10, Batbear with 9, still with 30 players up in this one. They can, if they continue to catch fire and keep this going, they could have a 30 elimination game, which is just nuts to say out loud. Roshkin in a little bit of an edit battle here, as they do have the Tiva team right next to them. Drip Eddie will fall, be the first player from that team to fall. Roshkin looking to just take some of these builds, see if they can find the rest of their teammates here from Tiva. And there's also one other player around. Matt DLG from Vava has been able to survive by themselves for the entirety of this game, I want to say. So kudos, shout out to you, Matt. And still, in this crazy fight that's going on, still able to keep their head down and stay alive.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff going on here. It looks like they are going to get the Tiva squad. Yeah, yeah, there was a lot going on, and we start to see where a lot of these people are coming in to this circle and everything. We have the Lavka team just right over here. Wava looks like they might actually be in pursuit. So yeah, it looks like Roshkin spotting Imdwallers is going to be able to take him down. And it looks like they're going to continue to try to go after Gaming Bonola, Cavern, and Lyric Essence at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, just the pace at which these Wava players do play at is actually nuts. Exos with a little bit of an awkward thing happened there
Ooh.
with the in-game mechanics, having to bring out their glider, but able to fall down, get some damage into GB. Sorry, Nola there and Exos able to finish them off. It does look like Wava does take out the Lavka squad here at 10th place. Again, looking at eliminations, 11, 11, 8, and 2 for this squad. Absolutely insane. Still, again, with 19 players up as well. Going in on the Lego Master is Exos now. A little bit of a battle here on these on these rails. Lego Master able to get out for the moment. Will take some more damage. Very, very low as Lego Master.
Yeah, no,
Looks like they will leave him for the moment, though.
yeah, it looks like there was another team that was firing up from top too. Definitely, even though Wava is definitely a powerhouse at the moment, having to be careful with this rotation being a little bit further down on the bottom with some of these teams that have that high ground advantage and everything too. Might be a little bit of a difference, but it looks like actually everybody's coming over here. Blackhaven Jr., unaware of Exos being right there, gonna get taken down.
Exos looking to finish off this elimination.
Roxanne.
Throw some shield over to Roxanne, which is, I mean, good teammates right there.
Exos trying
As
to
that
take
sixth
controls.
sense. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, with the audio cues in this game, you can really figure out where everyone is really easily. It's just like a lot of the other games with audio cues. Subject Rex will go down, Bat Bear able to take them out as well. Going through some of these builds, I mean, this is just a little bit of the Waba show at the moment. Hydro Falcon going down to the Storm. It looks like that K12 PA team will be fully eliminated because of that. Looking to get the high ground now is this Waba team, and again, just priming and prepping themselves to take this game. But little do they know, Kava already has the high ground, and what other team than Kava to be set up and have a great positioning?
For sure. And then we have the Idaho team down here as well, trying to rotate in. Kind of an awkward situation. Puppy Pug getting shot at extreme here by the Wava team. Gonna have to try to find cover. Sergio looks like they might be holding up as well for the K12 PEA Omega Wolves. They did finally find Puppy Pug here in a bit of a sticky situation, though. Kind of backed into this corner. Oh! But Exos making his way in and is actually going to get eliminated from Puppy Pug. Roxham taking down
Puppy Pug
Sergio.
with a good shot. But
And
the Storm will knock them so low, and it will finish there with Bat Bear getting that final elimination. And I mean, listen, shout out to all our squads at the end there, because that zone is very, very tricky to navigate. But again, you have to look at the Swab squad winning not only game 1, but game 2 here with 16 for Bat Bear, 13 for Exos, and Roxane apiece, and Roshkin coming in, rounding them out with 3. I mean, that is just insane numbers coming out of our Waba 1 squad. But with that being said, again, I know I just said it, but I want to shout out all of the squads that made it to that end circle, because that was a really corner, like literally, because they had builds on the left, builds in front, and then to the other side and behind them was that mountain that they could not do anything about. But able to get that crazy shot onto Exos as Exos came through. But again, shout out to Waba winning not only game 1 but also game 2, and that will do it for our varsity lobbies here tonight, Dustin. Week 3 of the K12 Esports League. As always, I do have a couple of things to say before we close out. But Dustin, anything you want to touch on before I do close this out on the game, specifically on what we just witnessed?
I mean, just kudos to what we saw tonight. Again, thank you all for being understanding of last week with some of those technical difficulties. Glad we was able to kind of come back on tonight and hopefully continue the run as we are already halfway through the season, Robbie. So I think it's end of week 3. Crazy to think of. We're halfway through regular season, but then we have playoffs coming up very, very soon. So with that being said, I don't think I have anything else, Robbie. I'll turn it back over to you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, halfway through the season, as Dustin mentioned, one of the things that I wanted to touch on, absolutely insane that we're already done with week number 3. We got 3 weeks left of the regular season and then playoffs, which means that to my teams, not only in Fortnite, but in all of our games, the other 5 titles as well. It is grind time. Playoff formats have been shared with your coaches, and so, we are very, very tight on some of the games with who we're allowing to qualify in the playoffs this season. So, make sure we're keeping our heads down, getting our schoolwork done, number one, but then also, doing your best to show out in our matches and make sure you qualify for playoffs and show out in playoffs as well. It's going to be a really exciting next 3 weeks of the regular season and then 3 weeks of playoffs, right? But with that being said, everyone, gonna look at closing us out. As always, shout outs to all of our players, not only in Fortnite, but again, throughout the whole entire K12 Esports League. Y'all are awesome. Shout out to our coaches. We could not do this without you. And shout out to all of their learning coaches, parents, and guardians for supporting your students in this esports endeavor that they can do with us here at the K12 Esports League. Again, week 3 is done. We're looking at week 4 next week. We'll be back, Dustin and myself, next week Thursday with Fortnite. But on Monday we can catch Valorant here on the Twitch stream. Again, shout out to the University of Idaho for doing that for us on our YouTube on Monday. Smash Bros streamed by Concord University. Shout out to them as well. Tuesday, Loyola University casting our Marvel Rivals, and then Wednesday on here Twitch once again. Rocket League with Radford. Shout out to these universities. It is so awesome that they are doing this for us in a little partnership, and they get to kind of scout some of you guys as well. So um, pretty fun stuff all around. With that being said, Dustin, I think I've yapped quite enough. I hope that everyone does have a fantastic rest of your Thursday. Have a great Friday and have a good weekend. We will see you all next week. Y'all take care.
See ya.